Today we have a lot to celebrate. We'll begin by celebrating faculty who have dedicated 25 years of service to Vanderbilt. Next, I will present the Chancellor's Awards for Research and the Chancellor's Award for Research on Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion. I will then present the Thomas Jefferson Award and the Earl Sutherland Prize for Achievement in Research. I then look forward to giving you a state of the university and discussing the year ahead of us before we gather for a wonderful reception. So let's get going here. So faculty members who have served Vanderbilt for 25 consecutive years, just to place them in history, came here in 1992, the same year that President George Herbert Walker Bush met with President Boris Yeltsin at Camp David to formally declare the end of the Cold War. Quarter century hence, the players, a little bit different. President Trump and Mr. Putin, and we were fascinated by Yeltsin and Bush at the time. Let's just say the breaking news often seems stranger than fiction. Stay tuned. The faculty members we recognize today with the 25-year award have remained resolute throughout, keeping their focus trained on advancing Vanderbilt's noble mission. It is my distinct honor to salute these faculty who have devoted 25 years to this great institution. We'll be sending a chair bearing the Vanderbilt University symbol and a brass plate engraved with their name to each of these faculty members. I ask that you please hold your thunderous applause until all names have been called. For those that are here, I invite you to join me in front of the stage when I call your name and to remain there so we can take a group photo in front of the stage. From the College of Arts and Science, Robert Driscoll, David Ernst, Todd Graham, you're here, Driscoll, Jane Landers, Mike Neomtu, Carmelo Rizzo. From the Divinity School, Victor Anderson. From the Owen School of Management, Nancy Heyer. From Peabody College, Mark Lipsey and Marcy Singer-Gabella. From the School of Engineering, Cynthia Pascal. From the School of Medicine, Ronald Erickson, Joseph Awad, Joey Barnett, Dan Beecham, Richard Belcher, Jr., Mark Boothby, Nancy Brown, Igor Fektistov, Joyce Johnson, Ann Kavanaugh McHugh, Sekhar Konjetti, Stephen Morantz, Thomas Nasland, Donald Rubin, H. Earl Ruley, Charles Siemens, Mo Sika, Corey Slovis, James Thomas, William Walsh, Gregory Wilson, and Keith Wren. From the School of Nursing, Nancy Wells. Let me offer hearty congratulations to all of these extraordinary members of our faculty for their time and dedication to Vanderbilt. I extend my thanks and appreciation for their teaching, service, and engaged leadership. Congratulations. The Chancellor's Awards for Research are presented to recognize excellence in research, scholarship, or creative expression for works presented or published in the preceding 3 calendar years. The Chancellor's Awards for Research on Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion specifically recognize work that advances our institutional dedication to making Vanderbilt a university that recognizes, celebrates, incorporates the intrinsic value of each and every person in our community. All of these awards symbolize our commitment to discovery and to responding to the world's challenges and making our world better. Each research award carries a stipend of $2,000, and the recipient receives an engraved cup, pewter cup. If your name is announced as a winner, please stand and make your way to the stage as I share a brief summary of the work that led to your selection for this prize. Jeffrey, you ready to go?
Ready.
Okay. The first Chancellor's Award for Research goes to Tony Capra, Professor of Biological Sciences. For his brilliant article published in the journal Science that illuminates the differences in Homo sapiens genomes that biologically differentiate us from other primates. Tony developed novel tools to sift through the staggering 3 billion base pairs in the human genome. Armed with the findings of key differences, function, assignment, and prediction of consequences, he then turned to BioView, and he used this uniquely Vanderbilt resource to peer into the past and trace our ancestors' legacy. His discovery that the Neanderthal genes in modern humans are associated with a wide range of diseases. It is viewed as a major advancement in both genomic and human evolutionary studies. Tony, please accept this Chancellor's Award along with my sincere congratulations for your path-breaking work. Congratulations. Great work, Tony. Go ahead. Gotta set up a chemical evolution. We're doing it. We're this. Sometimes, the faculty, they always kind of can make my day. I pick up the newspaper, and I'm like, what's in the paper today? So I don't want to read about that, And then I'll find interview with Tony Capra in the New York Times. Just wonderful. Congratulations. It is my great honor to present the next award to Renee Gifford, Professor of Hearing and Speech Sciences. Renee, please come forward. Renee drew on her innovative research on the design of cochlear implants for her pioneering article published in the journal Hearing Research. Renee's demonstrated that cochlear implant recipients with low-frequency hearing preservation have access to interoral time difference cues. These cues give them significantly better spatial hearing abilities and better speech understanding in complex listening environments. Her work was recognized by the American Speech Language Hearing Association. She was also featured in the inaugural episode of the important NPR series Breakthrough, Portraits of Women in Science, another thing that made my drive home very enjoyable. Congratulations. The third award goes to Jason Valentine, Professor of Mechanical Engineering, for his work for his brilliant work published in Nano Letters, the flagship journal of nanotechnology. Jason's research represents a major advance in the design of optical metamaterials, which overcomes the main limitation to using metamaterials in practical systems. Jason is attracting great attention for using engineering freedom associated with nanoscale structuring to identify and investigate the optical properties that actually do not exist in nature. His brilliant use of metamaterials for novel device applications, such as ultra-compact optical elements and hot electron-based energy conversion devices, makes Jason uniquely qualified for this award. I am so pleased to recognize his novel and visionary work and offer my congratulations. Congratulations, Jason. For his research and writing that produced a page-turner called The Money Problem, Rethinking Financial Regulation, I invite Morgan Ricks, Professor of Law, to join me on stage. And I do mean it is a page-turner. Morgan's insightful, provocative exploration of the causes of the financial collapse has been hailed in both scholarly and policy circles. The Financial Times, the National Book Review, the Harvard Review, and Foreign Affairs. What a sweep. His book asks and answers the puzzling foundational question that continues to concern many, including myself. What is the nature of money and the purposes of financial regulation in a manner that was previously unasked and unanswered? At bottom, it is how could what happened to us in 2008 and 2009 have been missed and policy failures occur? He offers a new diagnosis and a clear set of policy prescriptions. His writing now on shadow banking has been cited in a major speech by Dan Tarullo with the Federal Reserve, and Morgan has been invited to present his ideas to no less than Paul Volcker, the Reserve's former chairman. Morgan, this is exceptional work. I am thrilled to give you this award, and please accept my heartiest congratulations. The next award goes to Dinesh Sitaram, Professor of Law, for his research and brilliant work on our nation's history of income inequality. The book is called, and it too, for these days, is a must-read, The Crisis of the Middle-Class Constitution. Based on his belief that income inequality is a constitutional issue, an issue that goes to the very foundation of our governance and our democracy, Dinesh argues that our Constitution itself reflects assumptions about relative income inequality. Dinesh contrasts class warfare constitutions that are found throughout Europe and in ancient societies with the one of unprecedented economic equality that was articulated by our founding fathers as essential for the preservation of America's republic. With today's ever-broadening gap, he proposes brilliantly, through deep research and careful analysis of philosophical, constitutional, economic, and historical sources, he proposes that America has a stark choice. It is between rising economic inequality and oligarchy. we need to take on, at his inspiration, the formidable responsibility of rebuilding the middle class in our country. In addition, again with great joy, to a glowing review in the New York Times, an interview from the Atlantic Monthly, I was on vacation in Jackson Hole, and there was a little bookstore there, and of course, all I want to do is see our faculty books in Jackson Hole. And there he was, and I even took a selfie there and sent it along. It was flying off the shelves. It was literally flying off the shelves. Among these other awards, he now has, fittingly, a Chancellor's Award to add to his list of recognitions. Congratulations, Ganesh. Give someone a cup and a check, and they want to take your picture. I mean, it's fabulous, just incredible. I really, there's so many great books written by our faculty, and that's one that, one of many we should all read. It is with tremendous pride that I present a Chancellor's Award for Research in Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion to Evelyn Patterson, Professor of Sociology. Evelyn is an exceptional, productive, visionary researcher whose work delves into the field of criminology and its all too often ignored but critically important relationship to race and incarceration. In a series of profoundly important articles written in 2015 and 2016, she examines previously unrecognized ways in which these racial disparities affect incarcerated African Americans, that indeed are the very structures and systems and carryover effects that Ebony talked about that still exist in our society. Her research and writing in these articles cover a gamut of factors, including empathy, psychological distress, the very hidden disparities, and race and social construction in the genomic area. Based on the fundamental promise of her work and the prediction of greatness, the Woodrow Wilson National Fellowship Foundation awarded Evelyn with a Career Enhancement Fellowship for junior faculty. And boy, has she enhanced our learning and our knowledge and our community. I am so pleased to follow that recognition with this Chancellor's Award. Thank you, Evelyn, for your impactful work, and congratulations. The next Chancellor's Award for Research in Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion goes to Jason Grissom, Professor of Public Policy and Education, for his important article, Discretion and Disproportionality, explaining the underrepresentation of high-achieving students of color in gifted programs. Controlling for all other possible explanations like test scores, Jason found critically important that black students taught by non-black teachers, as again your work demonstrated, are significantly less likely to be referred to gifted programs. Considering that 80% of teachers are white, cross-racial teaching bias is a significant problem. Jason's article was the focus for the Atlantic piece. Why are there so few black students in gifted programs? Why? It was also featured in NPR's segment, To Be Young, Gifted, and Black. It helps to have a black teacher. I would also like to note that Jason's co-author is one of his doctoral students. Thank you, Jason, for your mentorship, and congratulations on this compelling research. The Thomas Jefferson Award is given annually for distinguished service to Vanderbilt through extraordinary contributions as a member of the faculty, in the councils, and in the governance of the university. This honor comes with an engraved pewter goblet and a $5,000 prize. This year's recipient of the Thomas Jefferson Award is Richard Willis. The Anne Marie and Tommy B. Walker Professor of Accounting. Letters for Richard's nomination glowed with compelling assessments of his many years of service to Vanderbilt, his faculty senate leadership during the restructuring of the university and the medical center into separate organizations led to faculty input, faculty dialogue, and faculty consensus, and attempts to reach out to build connections not just among our wonderful faculty, but Richard, to reach out to the students, to know that it is the faculty and the students who must work together to listen to each other, to make Vanderbilt better, to make Vanderbilt more inclusive, to make Vanderbilt more equitable, and importantly, his work with Greek life have earned him as the model for collaboration and inclusion. Richard has served on senior-level search committees on the university's benefit committee, and his current service on the Chancellor's Committee on Shared Governance has propelled Vanderbilt forward and provide a steady hand along the way. At the school level, he is admired by his colleagues at Owen, and he has propelled Owen's progress, being a great teacher, a great scholar, and strengthening its curriculum and its bylaws and governance. For his dedication and the remarkable contributions to Vanderbilt, I am most pleased to present Richard Willis with the Thomas Jefferson Award. Congratulations, Richard. Today's final award is the Earl Sutherland Prize for Achievement in Research, the most prestigious honor that Vanderbilt bestows on a faculty member in recognition of accomplishments in research, scholarship, or creative expression. It is presented annually to a member of the Vanderbilt faculty whose achievements in research, scholarship, or creative expression have received significant critical acclaim and are recognized nationally or internationally. The prize consists of a $10,000 check and an engraved pewter cup. The winner's name is added to a silver bowl that the recipient keeps for 1 year. Today, I am delighted to recognize Larry Bartels with the Sutherland Prize. Larry is the May Werthan Chair of Public Policy and Social Science, Professor of Political Science, and co-director of the Center for the Study of Democratic Institutions. He is simply highly regarded as one of the world's foremost scholars of American democracy. Since Larry joined the Vanderbilt faculty in 2011, he has had numerous publications, including 2 major books, Democracy for Realists, and a second edition of Unequal Democracy. And again, a chancellor's reading of the New York Times in the morning one time, I was reading a Krugman article. And Krugman, who's a Nobel Prize winner in economics, whether you agree with him or not, he's worth reading because he usually gets the facts and the economic analysis right. And I jumped out of my chair because he was talking about income inequality, and there he was, referring to Larry by name, like they had rented a house in Martha's Vineyard that summer and talked about it. For all I know, they might have. Democracy for Realists received the Association of American Publishers Prose Award, and it was named one of Bloomberg's best books of 2016. The latter book, Unequal Democracy, won 2 of the highest awards given by the American Political Science Association. If there is a prestigious organization, it cannot exist without Larry being a member. He has been a member of the American Academy of Arts and Science since 1995. He was elected to the American Academy of Political and Social Science in 2010. During his tenure at Vanderbilt, he was elected to the National Academy of Sciences as well. He's been selected as a Carnegie Fellow, and he also received a MacArthur Foundation grant. Larry, I am pleased to recognize your amazing accomplishments with the Earl Sutherland Prize for Achievement in Research, and I am thrilled that your name will go on that bowl with so many others to signal what is the very best about Vanderbilt. Congratulations, and thank you for distinguishing our great university through your breathtakingly amazing work. Congratulations. Let's take a moment to applaud for all of these amazing faculty that we have recognized.